Okay, the next step in our jig tying, fly tying process here is to put your dubbing on. So what I like to do is try to keep everything straight there. So I start in the back where I want it to, where I want to be, and let's try to get that right down there. Okay, so we've got this down at the back side of the jig. So what we do is just put our wax on. I use this wax, Wapsi, made by Wapsi. They say the string is pre-waxed, but when I first started, I couldn't tell the difference, and it just made it so much easier to do that. I've just kept up with it. So some guys don't need to use it, but I choose to. So let's line this up. So what we're going to do is just take some dubbing here. Now, again, dubbing is one of those things that there's a million different colors, types. We could have a 2-hour video on the different types of dubbing that are available and what you can put on there and what they do. So for a beginner, I just, I would start with, squirrel dubbing is a good dubbing to start with. It's easy to work with. And it comes in a, bunch of different colors. So if you're just starting, don't go overboard because you're going to get frustrated. Trying to figure it out. It took me a while to figure it out. So, but once you get it, it works pretty good. So what you want to do is just, when you're doing dubbing, you just need a little pinch, and put it on there. And you can always add more if you don't put enough on. Sometimes it works better to only do like half, and then because it's easier to wind. So once you get it, you just put it on there and work it on with your finger, always going in the same direction. Just pushing it like this and just spinning. I would suggest, you can see my dubbing dispenser. After a while, I made these myself. You can buy kits that come, with the pre-drilled holes. But if you drill the holes in the bottom of the dispenser, and then just put your dubbing in there, it makes it easier. You can get out just the right amount, or whatever might be. So we've got our first half of the dubbing on. I'd say we're going to need to add more, but what we'll do is we'll just start. You just start by wrapping it around. You get your leg on there, so you want to make sure that you don't get that caught in, and you don't want to get your marabou all messed up in there like I just did. So sometimes you just end up having to trim some of that stuff off of there. It's kind of ugly, but it'll work. So all right, so just keep going like this. Start at the back and work your way up. Oops, sorry about that. Get the camera set back up here. Sorry about that. Okay, so we got that started on there, and we're just wrapping up. I mean, you can overlap. Sometimes you want to start small on the bottom and work your way up to big, and sometimes you want to keep it the same. So you can see we're gonna. Oh, you can't really see that there. Let me get the camera on the. There we go. I'm gonna move that down just a little bit so you can see better. There we go. Okay, so we're going to need to add some more dubbing here. No big deal. Just put a little bit more wax on your string. Then just take and work that wax into the string like this. Just like you're waxing a bow string, if you're familiar with that. So we'll just continue adding our dubbing here. This is the most time-intensive step of making a fly, I think. Or this type of fly anyway, is putting the dubbing on, because sometimes you put too much on, sometimes you don't put enough, and sometimes it doesn't go on right. So you just got to have patience and deal with it, and you'll get it where you want it to be. So okay, I'm still not convinced we're going to have enough on there, so I'm just going to keep wrapping here. And come back on the back side. I want to add just a little more, just for the heck of it. Whoa. There we go. So I think this should be enough now. I usually like to keep it a little thicker at the head or the end, because that's where you're going to be making your wrap, your final tie and stuff. So that's how you put the dubbing on. Dubbing is on. Again, put your half hitch in there without getting the hackle stuck in there. And that's that.